Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to onboard and train new cleaners into your company in less than 5 minutes. So my name is Justin. I am the residential cleaning CEO. I run WHB Cleaning in San Diego. We do just a little bit over $100,000 a month in revenue right now. We're over 30% profit margins, and my business runs itself. So on the side, I help cleaning business owners like yourself scale their company, automate their company, delegate their tasks, and indefinitely grow and make more money. Okay, so the video I want to make today is how to train and onboard cleaners faster. See, when I first started the company, I would meet candidates in person. I would host 4 or 5 interviews in a row, meet at a coffee shop, be there for 2.5 hours, completely waste my time, waste their time, waste everybody's time. I'm going to explain the better way to do it in just a minute, but first let me talk about these 2 more things. So what I also used to do is long repetitive phone calls. When I would hire a cleaner and then I would do their onboarding, I would have notes on my phone or would have a Google Doc open, which probably a lot of you do, and I would sit there and walk through step by step, have a 15-minute phone call with these people. Hey, do you understand? Yes, I understand. And what would happen indefinitely was the information was just going in one ear and out the other. Okay, so they weren't actually retaining that information, and I was wasting my time. Hey, you might be saying, oh, well, it's for a good cause, they're going to learn this and that, whatever, it's going to make my company better. But trust me, there's a better way, so stay tuned. Now, and the last thing too is when you do the orientation and then you get these cleaners on jobs, a lot of cleaning business owners, which if you do this, I would say you're probably not a business owner, but let's just leave that for later. You go and you look over the job. You go to the job. Talk to the client. Hey, I'm just here to look over the work, make sure they're doing a great job. Waste of everybody's time, your time, the cleaner's time, and the client's time. Okay. What I see a lot of cleaning business owners do is they only have so much time in a day, so they can only fulfill so many jobs because they have to go check on the jobs, or they got to do in-person quotes or all that bullshit. So anyways, let's stay on that. So how do we go ahead and make this 5 minutes? How do we avoid all those time-wasting activities? So number one, we hire from Indeed. So personally, that's where I'd recommend finding clients who just make a really good job posting, okay? Now, when it comes to the pre-screening before we go ahead and do the interviews, all we're going to do is ask them pretty much 3 quick things. And this is all in a script, and our virtual assistants do this. So I'm not actually asking these applicants these questions. This is just on Indeed text message, okay? So we're going to confirm that they have two years of experience if we're hiring an experienced contractor, for example. If they say yes, we're going to ask about their availability. They're going to type out their availability. We're going to ask them if they have a vehicle and then if they have supplies. And if they check off all those, then they can have a video interview, okay? So that's step 1. So that takes, that takes 0 minutes of my time. It takes my virtual assistant, 1 or 2 minutes hypothetically to go through that conversation. So far we're at, let's say 2 minutes, okay? Next thing we're going to do is they're going to set up an interview. So my virtual assistant's going to set up an interview with me. It's just going to be a super quick video interview. And I'm going to pre-frame the interview like, hey, my name is Justin. I own WHB Cleaning. This is just a quick pre-screening interview. I just have a few questions for you. We only need to ask a few questions on video. Typically, I'll do FaceTime or WhatsApp video. So I don't have to drive 20 minutes to meet this person, wait. They show up 5 minutes late, get a coffee, entertain myself, and talk to them about some bullshit for 10 minutes. Okay, so we're doing a quick video interview. First question I'm asking them is, tell me a little bit about what caught your attention and what got you interested to apply. Okay, so that's it. They answer, awesome. I already have their availability. I can ask them again. I don't really need to. So the second question I'm going to ask them is, so did you have any sort of questions that the job ad didn't answer? And then they're going to go ahead, they're going to ask their questions. Typically, they're going to ask, so tell me a little bit how this works. Or if they actually read the job ad, they might say something like, what areas do you service? Are you able to get cleanings close to my house? Stuff like that. You're just going to answer that question. And then we're 3 minutes in, 2 minutes in, and then we're going to leave it at, okay, so, the next step is if we think this might be a good fit, what we'll do is we'll reach out on Indeed in the next 24 hours. And if it's a good fit, what we'll do is we'll send you an onboarding email, and I'll get into that in just a minute. And then you'll go ahead and do your first clean. And our onboarding process is pretty quick. Sound good? Awesome. End the call. Okay, so typically I'll do 30 minutes of interviews per day. I'll bang out like 7 or 8 interviews in 30 minutes. So they're taking on average like 3 minutes. Okay, so we're at, let's say, 4 minutes already. Now all we're going to do is once we hire them, so we're going to say, hey, we're going to message them on Indeed. Yeah, on Indeed. Yeah, we think it's a good fit. When can you get started? I can get started next Wednesday. Okay, great. We're going to send you an email with all our onboarding steps. Now, this is the best part. So this takes literally no time. So I don't have to do that dreaded phone call like I was talking about. Okay? So depending if they're a employee, 1099, or contractor, there's some small differences between the two, or the three. We're going to send them either one of these 3 emails. And this is going to include step-by-step process. So let me walk you through it quickly. So step 1, we want them to watch these 2 orientation videos. So that really long orientation phone call that I mentioned that we want to avoid, we're just going to pre-record that in a video in a Loom like I'm recording for you guys right now. It goes through all our processes, policies, all the little stuff that they'll need to know to make sure they're successful in the job. And then I'm going to talk about scheduling and standby. We have a process called standby where if they're not booked for a job, we keep them on standby if we have same-day jobs. We explain all this. Number 2, we explain this on the videos, and the cleaner has to watch the videos, okay? Now, how do we make sure they watch the videos? Stay tuned for more. Number 2, they're going to read through the jobber guide. So we use Jobber, it's a scheduling system, cleaner management system. There's a full guide on how to use that system. Like, dialed in, okay? It's just a manual I created. It took me 20 minutes to create it. This teaches them how to completely use the system. So this could be a 45-minute phone call trying to explain this to someone how to use it, or meeting them at the job, trying to show them how to use the app. It's absolutely disgusting that people spend time doing that. I can't believe it. I used to do that. Okay, now I put it on a piece of paper. Now you might be thinking, how do we make sure they actually do that? How do we hold them accountable to do that? How do we make sure they're going to know and properly follow the steps? We are going to have them take a quiz. I'm going to show you that quiz in a sec here. Step 4, what they're going to do is then, after they complete the quiz, which essentially tests their knowledge on 1, 2 videos, and the jobber guide. So now they fully understand exactly how our process works, how our system works, how to use the scheduling software, how to use the cleaner management tools, everything like that. Then they are going to, so we have an agreement which has it's basically our agreement, okay? Now you need to have one of these. If you don't, reach out to me, I'll send you mine. It's got literally everything. So company mission, responsibilities, our 3-strike policy, just a bunch of compliance stuff that they have to sign on, okay? Paid holidays, pay scale breakdowns, they get all their tips, cancellation policy. If a client cancels last minute, they still get paid for an hour. Non-solicitation agreement. Get your fucking cleaners, excuse my language, get your cleaners to sign this. This is super important. If you don't have a non-solicitation agreement, you are literally just asking for people to take your hard-earned money and convert those clients to themselves. So we have all our cleaners sign all this. And again, I'll send you this. All you got to do is just, I'll put my contact info in the description of this video, and you can reach out to me. I'll send this to you. Okay, they're going to fill that out. They're going to sign that. They're going to download the Jobber app. And then they're going to text Emery, which is, she basically puts them in the schedule. Okay, and then they're going to complete their payroll forms, all which is attached. So this whole entire onboarding is an email. They go in their own time, complete it, and all they do is they let us know when they're done, then boom, they're onboarded, okay? So we're still at barely 5 minutes of work for my virtual assistant to do all this, because in the onboarding email, the cleaner did all the work. They're just reporting when they're done. All the work that we put in advance into this onboarding system saves us all the time on the back end, okay? And then lastly, the last part of the onboarding process is if they need training, okay, we just put them on a job, like a move out or something, so that way the client's not there, so they can actually talk with the experienced cleaner can talk with the new cleaner, and they're just going to do, a training clean. The trainer's going to give them feedback, and if everything looks good, they're good to work independently. Now they are fully trained and they are fully onboarded. And these are experienced people, so usually we don't need to do the 4th step, but all the way from Indeed, all the way to onboarded and trained, takes 5 to 10 minutes of your time. That's it. No more going to jobs, no more wasting time. Now you can actually be a business owner instead of someone who just has a really strenuous job and drives around all the time.